Hello, card game enthusiasts. Thank you. We are the
number 1
and number 2
Gem Blender players worldwide. And today we're going to be taking you through a tier list. Now, this tier list is for constructed play, not draft. So, starting off, we have Abby.
I would say that this is a very good hero, especially for the fact that it's level 5. Good for sideboarding in, I think, in the second or third round, right? You can discard that and then get some more. And I think just having a level 5 is already
really
good.
is just a good sideboard piece, especially with the more limited sideboard options with only this set out.
Most certainly. I would put this at a strong A tier.
Yeah,
number 2, Beatrice. This is a very interesting one.
And I think one attack on a hero often gets a bit undervalued and stuff.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, I feel like there's only one specific deck that runs that, and even then I feel like you also have just better ways to take damage, like that one removal.
Yeah, this is taking damage for no reason.
Yeah, it's just... And, you have to be kind of conscious of self-damage in this format, so,
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to say, if we want to go F tier, not even good in the deck it's for.
Eleanor!
Now, this is just a solid, really good card engine and stuff.
Most certainly.
Filtering and stuff, at a certain point you top off, you don't want too many more gems, or you have the wrong color gems, and then you just need to draw into something.
We have a live studio audience.
Our live studio audience.
Thank you. Yes. I would say this is good. It's also, level 5s are great for sideboarding if you need to save. And it's a level 5 with a good ability. I would say I put this also in A tier along with Abby.
Wow.
All right.
Okay, Eliza.
This is really interesting.
Yeah, no, I feel like this is going to become stronger later in the game and stuff,
Yeah, I think, this kind of effect is the better cards that they have, and the more combos potential that you need.
And if you're running cancels and stuff, you know whether you cancel the gem search or hold it off for something stronger.
You're not actually getting. It's
a
once and it's a 0/0.
Though, so.
High C.
High C. Okay, Erica. This is a weaker ability of just I think there's a level either 3 or 4 with that same ability, but you don't even have to shuffle to get in. So but it is level 5. If you're going a color greedy deck or something, or maybe splashing some colors while having a main one, it could be good. I don't know. But
the fact that you need an activation gem on the first ability is really, it feels takes away from some of the others. Fiona Bell would be a good example of that. Right. You can't really run this, and it's only during your first turn.
So I'm saying C tier, maybe a specific deck wants it.
It's okay.
Okay, Jewel.
Yeah.
I mean, the trouble is we have a lot of, you only get one gem activated first turn ability. Yeah. And it's just there are stronger options. You do need your level 5 slot, but it's just this draws 2 cards. Fiona Bell just fetches 2 specific cards.
Yeah. Low B.
Low B.
Okay.
Okay, Kathy. I don't know. Could be useful.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't scream out incredible to me.
It's not a gem activated ability. Where I find that things that can bounce things back to hand are actually surprisingly helpful sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially there's a lot of abilities that you need to discard gems. So if you need to get something out first, use an ability, and then take the gems back.
Or you've got a gem fall trigger.
Yeah.
Sorry, Magic the Gathering terminology.
I would say this is pretty good. I would go B tier.
Yeah.
Nothing special. Upper B tier.
Okay, Matthew.
Oh, this one I really
there
like.
we go.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want a level 5 hero, you play this one.
Yeah.
Everyone has, everyone meets these conditions. Worst comes to worst, you have your level 5. You're not losing that much. I'd say for decks that are sort of more low to the ground, you probably have better level 2s and 3s to play. But if you have your opening level 5, this is your opening level 5.
Sometimes, I've played a game in which having Matthew prevented my opponent from using one of their first turn abilities, which feels like it'd be very helpful. So even if you have that, it's counteracting their worst first turn ability if they have two.
So I think this is our first S tier. I mean, it's just
I would go low S tier.
It's the best in slot. Sage.
Really, really not very good at all. Let's think about this logically, right? If you have half the HP and Sage is a level 5, you're probably going to have a blend on her, so this ability is not going to be active. And +2 attack in such a late game when you have less than half is really not good. Like, just play a better blend.
You are dying in 2 to 3 turns. You're not recouping that loss.
Yeah. Yeah,
and also, you might
what are
end
the
up
odds?
knocking yourself out
This
of,
ability is not going to be
range.
good in the beginning, especially because this is your level 5, so you're trying to use it to play something.
D tier.
D tier. I mean, it's okay. You could use it, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, Winona, why are you playing the game like this?
Yeah. First of all,
you have the free tutors. Like, Selma, just find
Selma just finds a blend for you. Any blend. That's really good. Fiona Bell finds 2 for you. Like, in this situation, like, and 1 defense in the beginning of the game, like, that's not good. Like, you're gonna cover her up with the thing, and it's really, like, that's really not going to be very helpful.
Missing out on so much value. I'd say F tier.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with F tier for this one. It's really. Thank you, studio audience.
Yoshi.
Oh, I love Yoshi.
If you need movement on your side, like if you have a very position-dependent deck, you need movement on your side, but you also need a level 5. Like for this and stuff, like this is pretty good, like, you know.
Yeah, the one problem is you have to switch it with your back, so your movements are limited. It takes 2 turns if you're trying to switch something.
Slower than some. It's also, I think it's Marcy that has that, like you can switch a hero if you put a gem. I mean again, sorry, mispronounced it. On it. Like it just, but it is level 5 and stuff. Like, you know, it's all the, but at least probably good enough sideboard piece.
Yeah, it's alright. I would put this in a C tier. B tier?
Yeah, B. I
B tier,
feel
okay.
B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lower B. Alright, on to the level 4s.
I would like to inform all of you, this card is in your sideboard.
This card is really good if you have a level 4 slot and you need it. It's being able to, for 1 gem, you can counter someone's 1-star action. And even if they're playing, like, if you're running one of a 3-star action, like 3 gems in the late game, like once you're playing that, once that's helpful, like in a mass or something, like these are going to be the good kind of cards that you want to counter that. And having a reusable counter cancel situation is really good, and especially if combined with something that gets you gems over and over.
Yeah, also
this is a really strong card.
It's level 4, which is like pretty good level for like your standard back position blends. Like I feel like most of them you want the like, level 4 3S.
Brenna is a very strong card. All right,
okay,
Carter.
Okay.
It's good. It's all around good. Nothing special. Having the extra card is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean if you need like
maybe
a high
play
level,
Matthew.
Yeah.
1 defense is good too, especially if they're, you know, if you don't plan on blending him for a while. But I mean, he is like the poster boy of gem blenders.
Yeah. It's just like I feel like there are better option stuff. Like I feel like Kodak with Gem Surge or some other shuffling effect later on and stuff. He does have the level on his side, but like I don't know, just if you need the level 4, you play Matthew. If you don't need the level 4, you play Kodak.
Yeah, I think C.
Yeah, C.
C tier. All right. Next up, we have Chow.
I don't know. It feels like, you know, you build your deck a little around having it in the sideboard or something. Like it could be pretty useful. Like it just any action and stuff. Like it could get you your like, you know, second attack or something.
Yeah, it's good, but here's the problem. It's 3 gems from this hero, which means it has to have been 3 turns of you playing gems on this hero.
A lot of heroes at this level aren't that strong. I'd say maybe B.
Okay, we can do B tier.
Low B though. Okay, Damien.
Damien. This is an interesting card because kind of towards the end of a round, right? If you're on a clock, this is if you have enough stuff. If let's say you have 2-star action, I mean that's a decent amount of HP. That'll give you at least 1 or 2 extra turns if you're on the clock, and maybe would allow you to clutch up a game.
Yeah, the trouble is, like, you know, it is missing like sort of the like if you have this ability using, you're not really getting a blends benefit though, and like, you know.
Yeah, and also it's important to note that the 1-star action might just be better.
Yeah, like a lot of times I really think the 1-star action is just going to be better. Like
I would put this in C.
Remember, only life point that matters is your last. Yep, C tier.
And I grew up watching
Judith.
Great. It's a good card, especially if you're
better than that other one, except it's level 4.
Yeah, so it's good because it's letting you find a basic gem, and especially if you're splashing. Like some decks I know only run one specific gem type, so this is gonna be really helpful in terms of doing that. Overall, I think this is great. I would put this in A tier.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Lauren, I love Lauren. She's actually my favorite Gem Blender's hero.
B, you know,
I was really getting that
decent effect.
impression.
Yeah,
Just,
B.
You know, nothing special, but it's not trying to be like the every deck inclusion, just
Yeah.
the like certain deck inclusion.
Yeah.
Okay, Marcy.
Another switching effect. I think this is
A
good.
Mexican writer
If you are trying to switch to things that aren't this,
Well,
you're
Mexicans
going to
are
have to
annoying for sure.
take 2 turns to
They
do
rule
that
the heights of
and
5'2"
play
and
gems.
5'9".
Paired with
And
someone like
height
Lauren,
between-
this
any height
might be
below the
okay.
belt.
It's a bit more flexible than Yoshi, but it's also one level low and stuff. Like
Yeah,
we put Yoshi in A, right?
yeah, I would put
I think
this.
the
Yeah.
tallest
Yeah, I
guy
would
in our
put this
dance
in
group is
B.
like 5'9".
Yeah. Okay, Monica.
Sure.
Look, if you really need that
If we
combo
have
start, you can
You
work
definitely
around
have
this and
that
stuff.
problem.
Like
Yeah, I think this is useful, not amazing. You know, you are losing one, but you know,
Like,
if
it's
you're
not-
trying to find something, it's helpful, I guess.
it's not the tutor effect you're most likely going to use and stuff, but like,
It is level 4, which is
yeah.
strong.
I'd say low A honestly, just
Low
because
A,
like
alright,
it really
Monica
powers
A
up some
tier.
decks.
Yeah, I think so.
Nico.
Are you taller than a? He's 5'.
Really?
I like Nico.
He's
Like, I don't know how good they are, but
Oh no, the arts. I love it.
I think this is I don't like the design also. But to be honest, once there's 4 more gems on your field, 1 damage A is not going to do much, and B, he's probably going to be blended.
Yeah.
Also, he celebrates his birthday twice a year just to get attention. Kind of a brat move,
Yeah,
not
F
gonna lie.
tier. and not Brad in the fun. My Brat summer's over.
Yeah. So I would put
F.
this
F.
F. Really? I would
Come
put
on,
this in
F.
D.
Who runs?
Okay, yeah, no one runs Nico. Okay, D tier.
Okay, Peyton.
Peyton. We love Peyton over here. It's
I'd
good.
say
It's not amazing though, because it's the same reasons as who was it, Chow, who you have to discard.
I'd say this
start
is
actions.
better than Chow though.
I think this is better than Chow.
Like it's
'Cause-
stronger sideboard against specific decks. Like and like
Yeah.
you really
It
need
depends
like
if you're
that.
going against an ability deck or or damage, really.
It does like. Don't forget, pump effects are abilities in a lot of them, like the one.
Yes, this is true. Like Miracle Conductor or
Yeah.
something. Like this could shut down that for 2 or 3 turns, which this is good. This is pretty good removal.
On
But it's
specific decks.
temporary, so it's not amazing.
Yeah.
Okay for sideboard. I put
Yeah,
B tier.
You know, solid.
Yeah, B tier. B
Solid
tier.
sideboard pick. Quinn.
Who plays this card?
Yeah,
It's
no.
fine, but like you're not you want
How-
consistency, and this does not provide
Yeah.
consistency.
How many blends you need? And honestly, like it's just why not just use a tutor effect? in that here
Yeah,
instead?
we just
Put
talked
some-
about Monica. She
She
could find you your blend that you need anyways without the risk. This
Just
is
run
mid.
Selma.
I'm gonna put this in C tier.
Claire, we're down to level 3 now again. Look, it's a surge on the hero, but it takes up
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, it ends your turn. You'd think this would be good, but then when you think about how it would work, it's not actually that helpful.
The trouble is, like, they're just so, they're like enough better gem activated first turn effects.
Yeah,
that
there
it's like,
are.
That advantage.
Like, I mean, it's just, you could be getting like 2 cards from one of those instead.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, you're a little bit ahead, but like, you can do the same thing on tempo by just struggle surging first before you play again.
Yeah.
Like, it's, I don't know, it's kind of strong, but not that strong.
Yeah, I would put this in B.
Maybe a specific low to the ground deck wants to run it, but probably not. They're probably running Fiona
Yes,
Bell.
guys, C tier, Claire.
Okay,
Dimitri, wonderful. All right, so
Look,
this is.
I want this card to work, but it
It
doesn't.
really doesn't. It could maybe in the future this card will become stronger, but I really think in the current situation, like maybe the Gem Blender's policy is against recreational drug use, and I think
Yeah.
Dimitri is kind of hitting it hard.
Yeah,
4
no.
gems is just too high of an activation cost. If you're discarding 4 gems, when you have 4 gems in your hand, might as well just play them on him and then play the whatever level 4 or 5, right? You already have a gem.
Yeah.
You already have 5 gems needed for this ability. Just put them on him and play it permanently.
Yeah, agreed.
It's okay I guess it's okay for some of the ones where you have to deblend it, or like
Yeah,
it has
like
an
that
ETB,
Verve
like
Conflictor or
Ion
whatever.
Banger or something,
What's that
or
one?
Mantis
Level
Slasher.
4, you get rid of it and hit again.
Yeah,
D's good with that one, but I don't know. It just feels too situational for any deck.
yeah, I think so. I would put this in D tier maybe.
Yeah, D tier.
D tier for Dimitri.
Giselle.
Giselle.
So, before you go
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you could probably do something with this. I just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, why like just play the games on the right people, and if you want to move around your games, use Lauren or Leilani. I think you're better off.
I don't know. Maybe there's some tech that we don't know about.
Yeah, but to be
until then,
yeah, I think D tier.
So Giselle. Okay, Isadora.
Why is she like? What is she? What is she? She's like a demon over here.
Yeah, trouble is, I don't think you're running enough gem types for the opponent not to win this for the majority of times.
Yeah, if you're playing Luster Striker, that might be the exception where you run
around. A lot of Luster Striker lists I see don't even run that many types. They just use fake gems.
Yeah, and if you want the card, play something that just draws you cards. Like, I mean, I think even Carter, like, yeah, you might use it 3 times, like max.
But even then, still like a 1 and 3 on the first one, just blind and you know, you just. I feel like you can probably optimize it.
Not that good. I would go C tier.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful.
Jeffrey.
If they are running activation of gem abilities, I think this is like kind of stacks piece, a one-sided stacks. I feel like that's pretty helpful.
Yeah, the trouble is like you're never going to be confident enough to like run this in your opening 4.
Yes, never. It's definitely sideboard.
And the trouble is, I feel like sideboarding and stuff is likely enough just to have the gems in hand where you'll like take a single turn off of them or something.
Yeah.
But like
you're probably better off sideboarding in like whatever.
I feel like Jeffrey eventually will be a very useful piece, but just right now it's not.
For now, okay. C tier. C.
Kodak. Oh, hell yeah.
Our favorite man.
Yeah, I think he's like a streamer or something.
Yeah, he actually reviews. Have you watched my review for the Mineral Mixers card game? All right.
Okay, so this card's broken.
This card is good.
I'm just starting off saying it's S tier, you know, right? Like rearrange, you know, you get to make your first turn draws important so you don't lose curve. But then the trick is you have enough shuffling effects in your deck.
Yeah.
Like you put the
Gem
Gemsers at the right point,
or
then you shuffle it away.
You're even doing like, let's say you have something like Carter, Selma, and Kodak, right? You Kodak, look at the top 5, then draw the best one of your 5 with Carter, and then you Selma shuffle. You don't even need anything in your hand for that. Like that's.
It also works super well with Hickory.
Yeah, Hickory is.
Because Hickory, worst comes to worst, you just put 2 gems on him, declare fail to find. The 1 defense can become a little bit relevant sometimes and stuff, but yeah, no, this is. Okay, Leilani.
Oh, this card is wonderful.
0/0. For 1 gem, once during your turn, you remove all gems on your field to this hero.
I've seen decks that use Leilani really, really well. You play a bunch of stuff. Some need gem activated abilities. Some have like Hickory or something. You're doing stuff, and then boom, everything goes to Leilani. You don't realize what's about to happen, and then suddenly you're facing someone who, before you even realize it, has 5 gems on 1 hero and is playing.
Yeah, the trouble is she's level 3, so you need like a pump effect on level.
You do, yeah. But if you can get that, this card is really strong. I would go A tier.
I just don't think there are enough decks like that are really good enough to use it properly. I'd say like B, like it's a build around, but it's not the best build around.
Lester, I hardly know. We've seen a lot of similar effects, and this is not that good, because if you think about it, it's a level 3, and it's a gem activated ability, no attack or defense. There's really just better options.
Yeah, I mean, if you're highest, like, if you curve out to level 3 and need a moving hero, then it's the best option, but I feel like it's just the level 4 option. I feel like that one was just kind of like better for most circumstances. C?
C tier.
Okay, auto.
It's funny.
Yeah, no, it just feels very strict building cost for like a sort of like a 2/0 starting out, which.
Yeah, a 2/0 is not that good.
Yeah, no, like they'll just put their first blocker in front of it. And, I don't know. If you happen to be running like a bunch of level,
it could get you some damage early on, but beyond that, like it's not doing much.
I don't know, it's decent
It's
enough,
okay,
I guess, but you're also like
nothing
putting your gems.
special. I'll go B.
Yeah, B. Level 3, 0/0. Once during your first turn, you may search your deck for 1 blend. S tier.
S tier.
S tier. It's just
a tutor. Tutor, a guaranteed tutor. How could that?
It doesn't
like,
even cost your first turn again. Yumi.
It's good.
Yeah, I feel like it's a sideboard card for decks that don't run too many colors.
3 gems is like not horrible in the late game. Identical, I guess, is a little tricky if you're running a lot of colors. But I think Yumi is good because tutor for any card is a very strong effect.
Yeah, like this can find like a level 3 spell.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I think since it's competing more for sideboard slot than a main board, well, like I feel like this is A tier.
Beth.
I genuinely don't know on this one.
Yeah, first of all, I've never seen this card before, which is weird. If you have 2 level 5s, I don't know, you can play, but you're gonna need the gems on it anyway, so it's not gonna pop off early.
Yeah,
It could be good though. I feel like it could be part of something cool.
Yeah, someone's got to brew with this.
Yeah.
Speculative bees.
Speculative B tier. We're not sure. This might change.
Yeah.
Dexter. Dexter is a very popular card to make your deck.
I don't know. I don't think Dexter decks is that good. Like I think they're sort of. If you ever play Modern and Magic, it's sort of like Tron in this format, I think.
It's very random, so I think like it really depends what you're getting. But yeah, it's kind of like a unstoppable but slow clock.
Yeah, no, this is just a skill check on your deck to see if you have something with reasonable defense you can put in place.
Yeah, but I would put it as good. I would put A tier.
Yeah, I agree.
A tier Dexter. Elaine. This is like auto, but maybe better because it could keep attacking for a while if you put it right. If you put it in left position, and that could get you actually some good damage.
Trouble is, it is gem activated, and it's like on a level 2, so you'll probably be activating it rather quickly. I don't know.
Yeah, I would go B tier.
Yeah, sounds good.
Fatima.
I feel like this card's one struggle is that it's competing with Fiona Bell.
Yeah. Would you rather have two basic gems or 2 blends?
Some decks might want like the mana, but like the
yeah,
majority.
it's definitely for some
like
decks.
it's easier to find gems than blends. So like.
But if you are like running some weird splash thing, this could get you out automatically. It's pretty good. I would go A tier.
I'd even go low S.
Yeah, low S or high A.
Yeah. Fiona Bell, best card in the game.
Fiona Bell is broken. This card is getting banned. Same with Selma. Selma's also getting banned. I think the ability to have a tutor.
Congrats, you have 9 cards in your starting hand now.
Yeah, and like you're running anything, just get them all out with Fiona Bell.
Yeah.
Like it's just really strong.
Best card in the game.
Best card in the game. High S. Moving on. Hickory, also really good.
Yeah, free tutor, it can find a lot of your like D blend level 2s.
Yeah. So thinking bishop.
And also you can always just like put any together on it. Player failed to find, and then you get a free shuffle. Like.
Yeah, that's a strong S tier for sure. Kula. It's really strong actually.
Yeah, no, this finds your cancels.
This finds your cancels and any other. I mean, gems are such a common resource in the end. Like in late game, you want to turn your gems into actions, and she can do this for you. I don't know. This feels S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
S tier Kula.
Also
it is level 2, but 1 attack, not even gem activated.
But also, I feel like the level 2s are kind of the strongest in this game anyway.
Yeah. Lola. She seems like she'd be good in a specific deck, like a storm kind of situation.
And I don't think there's not enough support for that yet.
Yeah. Normally you're getting 5 cards.
Yeah.
At max.
And you're not getting that stuff. Like, I'd say she'll probably be good eventually. Like with later stats, I'm sure they'll print something that'll make like that archetype worth it. But like for now, I don't know. I just C.
We'll go C for Lola. Level 2 Mark. What a funny man.
Yeah,
Your back position hero.
Trouble with Mark is that the ability's gem activated and stuff. Like I feel like if it wasn't, it would be insane. You get your like first turn ability again.
Some of these.
I can't really think of that many abilities that you want to be activating twice in a turn and stuff. And you have to keep a 0/0 in center position.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Like
maybe I don't know. I feel like it could be good, but nothing outstanding. I would go
C.
C.
Yeah, C. Reggie.
This is like the same as all of the other ones.
Yeah. I would say very slightly stronger again because you get to switch your back, which will make it harder for someone to get your best attacker in the back, but like it's also level 2 aggro.
Nothing amazing, B tier.
Yeah.
Tall.
So that's 6 to 9 damage on your first turn, which is kind of interesting, but you're also like, I don't know, you're missing out on one of your first turns and stuff. Like, maybe someone can make it work in some way.
Yeah, this could be good, or you could also get the cards with Matthew and a higher level.
Oh, I was thinking you sort of like run them both and stuff in a deck that doesn't really care too much about all sorts of insane
Yeah,
heroes.
if you don't care about heroes, he could be good. I mean,
and also, best case scenario, it'll hit your opponent out of using them.
yeah. Worst case scenario, it does nothing though. Yeah, I would go A tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Devin. We're on to the level 1s now. I have worked long and hard to find something that this would work well with, and there isn't really anything.
Yeah. It can maybe do some very weird stuff with some high level blends, but it's just...
Here's the problem with Devin is that you have to use one of your slots of that hero on a level 1/0/0 unblended. You have to keep it unblended so you can have 2 of something that is in back position, and most of the back position cards you really only need once.
No, like, there are some funny decks with this, I'm sure, but I don't think there are, like, some good decks.
Yeah, not very strong, all in
Give
all.
him a B for being fun, though.
C.
Duke.
He's okay. He's good for sideboard maybe if you...
Not that good, but, like, maybe there are some decks.
Some decks. Nothing amazing though.
I'd say C.
C. Francisco.
Yeah, I just don't see the utility in this.
Play your gems on the right person or on the right time.
Yeah.
And he's level 1, so yeah, really not strong.
You might have misplayed earlier and you'll be able to get something out in a grindy
Just
deck
don't-
1 turn faster.
Put your gems on the right thing on the right time.
Yeah.
I'm going maybe even D tier?
Yeah, D tier.
D. Gloria.
It is good in a specific Dexter list, definitely, and I think, like, for certain, like, you know, maybe a Hickory list it could be useful. I think it has a niche.
It's okay. Has its uses. I would go A tier.
Yeah. Best in slot for what it does.
Yep. June Key.
Has anyone ever done this?
If so, it's not
also,
even
with
good.
5 1-star actions, you can probably even just get more value than
Yeah.
that. Like,
Let's think about this.
Yeah.
You can only do it once per game, so you can't build a deck around June Key.
maybe in, like, 20 years, there'll be some broken combo around him or something.
Yeah, right now it's not good. It's funny, but it's not good.
Yeah.
I might go S or F tier.
yeah.
F tier for June Key. Sorry. Jubilee.
I've seen this in Luster Striker lists.
It's like ramp
Yeah.
almost, but you have to keep her open and using the thing, and she has to have a gem. Why not just put the gem on who you want the gem?
Yeah, I think
She's a
very
level 1.
specific list though and stuff like
Yeah.
Luster Striker. Like if you care about invisible gems, there's no specific. Maybe
Yeah.
some sort of Sprout list could use her, but I
Yeah.
feel like you might need.
I would go B tier. She has potential. Maria. She can bring together a deck that is not working. I like that. Helps for deck building. Is she that good though? No.
No, but a couple of specific lists might want to run her to do dumb stuff, and I
Yeah.
respect it. It provides
It's
a service
useful.
to decks that need it that isn't really filled by anything else as consistently.
Yeah. So I would go B tier.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Minso. Okay, this is good, but you have to put it on top of your deck so you're not drawing your
And
cards.
why not just use Hickory?
C tier.
I'd
maybe.
say C.
C. Palmer. He's my second favorite after Lauren. I guess I like the people in baseball caps.
I don't think that like there are good enough sideboard heroes to make this work.
I don't know. I like it. I like it.
No, I like
it does
it.
something
It's cool.
that no one else does.
Yeah, no, like you get a con board, but like
It could be useful in like toolbox decks, but
yeah, there just aren't enough tools yet. is the
yeah.
thing.
C tier.
C.
C tier. Roni Rigatoni.
What? No, if you have 2 gems on it, just slam down like something like an attack.
Yeah.
Well, like with good ability, you'll just get more value out of that.
Yeah. This is not good, and it's a level 1, so you can't even put anything
Yeah.
on it.
No.
Not good. F tier, Roni.
Silas, this is the best switching effect. out there. Like I think it's just like raw strongness and turns it takes to like get something back there.
Best, except that it's a level 1.
Yeah.
But if you're able to run a level 1, it's good. And that concludes the heroes.
Yep.
It took us basically an hour.
Like we're doing a very in-depth review.
An in-depth. Well, there's also a lot of cards.
Yeah. Now this is the top 2 players difference.
Yeah. If you got this
We've got to be insane
review,
this.
if you got this review from some dweebs at the bottom of the list, you wouldn't have such a strong, in-depth opinion.
Yeah. No, we really are just the best.
We are.
If you're watching this after enough events have happened, don't look at the list anymore.
No. As of recording, we are the best.
Yep.
We finished the heroes. Let's get into
the blends.
All right.
Okay, so on
starting with
5.
level 5, we have Blood Reaper. This is strong.
I don't know.
The one problem is
it gets shelled out by 2 defense.
if you are able to pump it or buff it somehow, this is a very strong card. But beyond that, I don't know. C tier.
Yeah, I feel like if we're currently
for
up to
5,
level 5,
yeah,
you can just do
there's better things for a 5. Catalyst Controller. I don't know how to feel about this one.
Yeah, I saw a pretty strong deck using it in an event.
Yeah, so it could be. It's very versatile, right? You can get whichever thing you want, and you can use them multiple times, right? So this could be a strong idea for like a toolbox self-mill kind of situation. They do have to be Nocturne and Gem blends, which is a little limiting, but I would say this is good. I would put this in A tier.
Yeah.
Dreadblader. This might be a hot take, but I think this card is actually
I'm waiting till.
Let's be real. You're paying the maximum cost you could. Just play the other thing again.
100%.
The only time this works is if it has like a limitation. Like if you're like doing the rocket one that can only attack in center, like you can copy just the attack or something.
And also it's your field, not both fields and stuff.
Yeah. Just play the card that has the high thing again. Just play another one.
Strong level 3, but weak level 5.
D
Devs buff
tier.
this.
D tier.
D tier. Fleet Reacher.
This is good.
Yeah. A bit of a high setup. Like, this is a throw game 1 kind of deck, I feel.
Yeah.
But, like, you get this out and some decent attackers. You're doing things. You're moving on.
It's basically a weaponize every turn. That's strong.
Yeah. You have to keep it in back position, which could be a little tricky if your opponents are running interaction, like they should.
What, A tier? A tier. Not S. Fume Blitzer.
Yeah, it feels like you can just do better with less stipulations.
It is. This is one of the highest, like, plain.
Yeah, I mean, turn
attack.
turn 4, like turn 4 or 5, depending on if you have a surge or not.
Yeah. I mean, 7 is pretty good. I'd put it in A tier.
Yeah.
Hive Enforcer. There's a whole precon of this. Plus 6 attack is good, and you're getting up to 9.
Yeah.
And there's some cards that'll just fill this up immediately.
I don't know, I feel like you can make a decent
It's
deck
good,
with this.
yeah.
A or B? I feel like B.
Yeah. Horizon Gazer. This card is really cool,
Yeah,
but
there's your combo piece.
I don't know. It feels like it's hard to make it work.
Combos with that other, like,
The problem
5-star or
with
something like that.
combo pieces that cost 5 takes so long to get out that you're just gonna get beat up.
Yeah,
by
like the
whatever
other
you're
things
playing.
that combo with this are 5 or 4, and like
Yeah.
the 4 mana option loses you life, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
a
I would
bit
go
too
C.
slow.
C tier.
Yeah.
Ion Banger. This card is cool if you can cheat it out. Because it's one of the ones where it has to be in back position and you have to deblend it to use it. But the problem is you also have to be doing non-attack damage for the turn. So it's like a big turn that requires a lot of setup. At that point, just like play, just kill him normally. I don't think this is particularly strong.
A lot of the 5-stars, big splashy events kind of get beaten by just hitting your opponent with a few, like, freaks or whatever.
This is a C tier. Joy Ringer. This is another one that's like, it's very specialized. It's there's cards that make its effect not random, which I think is strong. It's versatile, but nothing amazing. I would put it in B.
I agree. I feel like if someone figures something out, I think that it could go higher.
It is a precon also. Lattice Crusher.
5 defense, that's a big number.
Yeah, it is a 2/5, so you're basically blocking anything. Okay, this is the one card in the game that can discard gems from opposite position hero.
Yeah.
The one problem is it returns
Yeah, if it
the
killed,
blends
it would be like
to your opponent's hand, so they
broken.
can just play it again. You're discarding 2 Terragems and they're discarding 1. So you need to have a really strong way to get 2 Terragems every turn.
Like,
I wish it worked.
Again, but
I do like that the background
so
is
they
a
might not
photograph
get to
of
play it for
tinfoil.
3 turns, but like, I don't know. You can maybe figure something out with it, but until someone does that, I'd say B.
Luster Striker, it can get all the way up to 10 damage, which is the highest possible in the game in one single card. But
Highest
it's
combat.
really high cost. Really,
Yeah.
really strong. Like
The
a lot of
center
setups.
position is a bit strict. Like, I don't know. It's a build around, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe someone will figure out a cool list with it and stuff.
I think so.
Like, I feel like it's just another
also,
B2.
I think this will become strong if they add more gem types.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, B tier for potential.
B tier, yeah, has some potential. Mantis Slasher, this might be our F.
Yeah, Mill
tier.
just isn't good.
Mill,
And like,
this is the worst. Like you're paying,
Ramp it out
you
to
have to
5.
get to 5. It's a 2-0, and you just 3 cards, and you have to deblend it. This is
Yeah.
so not good.
yeah.
Just moving on. Miracle Conductor, this is a strong one. I've seen people make some cool decks with this. It's become a 6/6, which is large.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like you're probably just going to be better off with a Luster Striker list in this thing. These ones tend to fund from invisible so much, and if you manage to take
you
out
can
one,
remove it or the invisible. It doesn't like
Yeah.
you have more options. Nectar Resolver. This one is a really fun one. The HP gain is strong, and it's a 0/4, so it's good defense.
you just need a way to fuel it. The most consistent thing I can think of with it is a Hickory list, and like that's just not that much. I mean, it's just
Yeah, that's
you
2.
find something, you attack with it, and like
I don't know. Not amazing.
yeah,
I'm gonna put this in C.
yeah. See, but if
C
they
tier.
print things with like sort of enter
Has
the battlefield
potential,
effects, like.
potential to grow.
Ahoy!
Okay, so we're back at Pearl.
Pearl Deceptor. This card is not actually that bad.
I don't know. I think it's pretty easy to get cards out of your hand. Like,
Yeah, just play cards. A 7/2 is pretty good. Pearl Deceptor, B tier. Photosynthesizer, I love this card.
Oh,
I
yeah.
always wanted to build a photosynthesizer deck. I think this is really strong because if you have a way to get Aqua Gems into your hand every turn, like 3, I mean 3 is a lot, but even if you're doing this every other turn, that's a total of 9 net difference.
trouble
Every
is
other
it's from
turn,
your
that's still
field, and-
strong.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
it
I
is
think it's
from
just
your
a bit
field.
hard to get this all up. Like the 4 defense does help.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just I feel like if you're going for an out of combat damage, there are like better ways to do it. Like
Yeah. I don't know. I think it
maybe
could
they'll
work.
bring some support for it eventually.
Yeah, I would put it in B.
Yeah, I think it's just another like has potential. Pinnacle Enchanter.
It's one of those cards that like you would never build a deck around because it's at max. It's just a 6/2.
Yeah, maybe if you're building like some sort of just standard like curve out deck and stuff, you might do it. But like, I don't know, it just feels too easy to play around that condition, and like most decks don't even play a level 5 anyway. Like I think there are just like stronger stat lines at level 5. Like
Yeah, I think so. Rage Domesticator. This is, I don't know. I feel like this is good because I think defense is really strong in this game.
yeah, but the trouble is I think this is a bit slow for defense, and
If you start with like a guard and then build up to this, I like that it has a built-in 6 damage.
yeah,
Is
but
it?
that's
I
like
don't think
when you're
it's
in
super
5
strong.
drop territory, so they'll have like 2 shields up.
Yeah. So,
know.
yeah.
And I just don't think it's consistent enough to do enough damage. Like, I think maybe there's deck with it, but I think that specific strategy for defense is C tier. Just,
Yeah.
you know, there are stronger ways to play defense.
Yeah. Season Ascender. This is a really fun idea. And it is a 4/2. And it can do an extra 5 non-combat. And rotating your heroes 4 more times, not actually that hard.
Yeah, no.
You need 2 cards for that. There's only like 2, and there's multiple options, so you don't even need tutors to get those cards. I don't know. I think it's pretty good, and rotating is an inherently helpful thing.
And I mean, it also combos with that driller, so you get that out for like later game damage with scaling. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. If you, yeah, there's other things
It just reads as a bit slow, though.
Yeah. But it is a clock. It is a pretty fast clock.
Yeah.
5 damage every turn.
Plus, like, you're probably going to be doing
You're
like
attacking,
1 or 2.
yeah. So, I don't know. This is pretty good. I would put this in A tier.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go A tier.
Skyward Commander. I love this card.
Block of text.
So this card I feel like is really cool because you can do so much, right? And you're running, it has 3 colors that you're needing to use. It's very toolboxy. It's very like, can do different things. But I do think like, for example, double all non-attack damage you inflict to an opponent for the remainder of your turn. You need to build around that, right?
Yeah.
And if you already have a Skyward Commander, you're not going to be as set up to build around that as you would with some other cards like Ion
Like
Banger.
3/3, not the weakest stat line, not the strongest either, and
Yeah.
I don't know, just maybe we're not seeing something. It feels like though at the current moment, just standard like play the game decks are at a bit of a weak point.
I think 2 Terra Gems to buff your whole team by 2 is pretty strong.
Like that's 6 damage plus whatever.
Yeah.
You're seeing over.
I would say that's probably the strongest one. I think you could build this around multiple things.
And I mean, I think there are
as the overall, I think the power lies in the fact that it is very, very modal. You can do what you want, but each individual thing is not particularly strong.
Yeah.
But that's still pretty good. I would put this in A tier.
Yeah.
Stormweaver. This is a really strong card. I think the ability to move around, this is gonna last you longer. But it will kind of peter out once they get a full defense, even of like just 2, right?
If you get in center though, like you're just going to be swinging at the weakest defense.
Yeah, I would put this in B tier.
I'd even go so far as to say C.
No, I would go B.
Okay.
Torrent Crasher. This is a fun one. This is some removal, which is nice.
Yep.
So then the nice thing is, if you don't need it anymore, you can discard it. So you're gonna sacrifice itself and get rid of something else. So worst is like if you have this and maybe some recursion, maybe something that can loop it back. This could be pretty strong.
Might work well in a hickory list.
I know removal is really strong in this game.
Yeah, since there isn't much yet.
There isn't much. So
do we want to go A or S?
I would go A tier. I don't think it's amazing
though. Tremor Bounder.
Really not.
Yeah, why would you need this?
If you're doing 10 damage in 1 turn, you're just gonna win next turn anyways. So this will save you if they're gonna kill you in the turn in between the 2. But at that point, like, why are you spending 5 for that? There's like just play action.
Decent
probably.
Strong stat line, but if you I don't know, it feels like there are stronger stat lines out there.
Most certainly, I would put this as a maybe even C tier.
Yeah, C. Verve Conflictor.
So the thing about mill in this game so far is that you're not really gonna win by fully milling them out, except maybe game 3. And so this game, all the cards have a lot of strong ways to deal damage that scales off of milling, and I think this is.
I'm thinking this is more like your late game payoff for removal.
Yes, this could be that also. I think it could be some kind of combination of the 2. But 6 attack is pretty strong. Then you have an 8/3. I think this is pretty good. This is an A tier.
Yeah. Don't quit your day job.
Aurora Beamer. Not really that good. If you are a high concentration of gems, let's say you're running something that's trying to get multiple gems into your hand or onto the battlefield, this could get you 3 gems in 1 turn, plus whatever you draw. I don't know, that feels pretty strong actually. If you need to run a high concentration of gems, so that's like the kind of deck that you're running.
3 defense is good for if you're leaving it up for a couple turns too.
Yeah, I think so. I would put this in, I don't know, A tier.
I'd say B though, I don't know, I think it's just a bit.
It is a, yeah.
Striking, like, I don't know, if you're needing that, you might be a bit slow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bass Piper.
And also
Bass Piper
and Treble Piper do the same thing.
Same thing, except the other side. I think what's cool about them in combination is you can get them both out without having to play anything on turn 1, which is cool.
If you're doing something incredibly janky.
This is the 1/3. The other one is the 3/1.
Yeah,
They're fine. They're good if you're running Miracle Conductor, but like.
Also, they get killed by any sort of like switch effect in your opponent's field.
Yeah. I don't know, not amazing. I would go C tier.
I'd even go so far as to say D. Since I feel like if you're doing a jank miracle conductor brew, there are better things.
Yeah, okay, D tier.
Berg Inflictor.
No, that's not good.
I mean, I think if you get like 3 of these out, though.
C tier. Bloom Irrigator. This would combo with Photosynthesizer every turn. Wait, that's cool.
Yeah, you also need a way to get it back out on the field, though. I don't know. Like, it's definitely part of that combo, but...
Yeah.
I think that combo might be a bit slow, I'm not sure.
No, yeah. I think this is a mid card, low defense. You want high defense on the ones
on the combo pieces.
Yeah.
And 3 attacks with a power will be like swinging for 1. That's not that much. C.
And, yeah, C. Bound Breaker.
If you're playing control, I think this is fun. If you have a way to recur gems to your hand, that's fun.
Yeah, this is actually good in like the late game when your hand is filled with gems. You can get rid of the stuff you need to get rid of. It can win. This is a strong card. Removal is strong.
Yeah.
This is really good. This is
a bit strict on decks and stuff that want to run it, but like, you know.
I would go A tier.
Yeah, same.
Break Detector. I mean, 5 defense is strong.
Yeah.
This if you get a bunch of these out, could be good actually. Yeah. I mean, it is 4 mana for 5 defense is a pretty good deal. TBH. This could be good. I like this card. I would put this in, but it's not amazing. I would put this in B tier.
Yeah, it also kind of hurts if your opponents aren't running that many.
Yeah. Cannon Boomer.
Doesn't even one-shot F tier.
Yeah. 6 gems of the same type is insane. That's turn 10 or 9. This is shit. F tier. Chain Smoker. Yeah. No, not good. It has some things with some of those
negative stipulations.
Some of those things, but like to be honest, just play better cards. Why are you playing the bad cards?
Yeah, I know. Just like play around the downsides. I think.
Yeah, I think. Okay. Wait, what would we put that?
D.
D tier. Combustion Boiler.
Oh yeah, this one's pretty good.
This is removal, and it's once every 2 turns, which is pretty strong.
It does have to hit the opposite position, and it has weak defense. Like, it will be removing whatever you're against. But
so
still.
I think you need to combo this with some kind of thing that can rotate you to get you in the right position. But if that removal is good, I would put this in A tier.
I know. I think like the other 4 drop is just better for removal, so I'd say B.
Okay, B tier. High B tier. Condensation Collector. It's this little buddy. You can equip 1 Furo. Okay, so this is strong. This is ramp.
The trouble is I feel like you're going to run out of gems pretty fast.
Yeah, you need a way to discard them and then bring them back. You will run out. Nothing amazing, but it's like, okay, I would go B tier.
Data Cipher?
This is a really cool one, except that it deals you damage. This is cool for some of these like looping things, except that you have to deal damage. Is the one problem. Paired with that ram. Paired with Toxic Ram, this could be good.
I know, I was thinking, what was that 5 drop that removes again? I forget.
Yeah.
It's flashing on the screen.
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah. But, yeah, like just loop that. You play 1, you use its ability, and then you, like, I don't know, you play 1, swing in with it, or like use its ability first and then play the other instead.
This is good. I would put this in A tier.
Yeah.
It's nothing astounding. It's nothing game breaking, but it's
but
good.
I think its combos are good.
Yeah. Diamond Driller. 3 attack. 5/2 is good, but you need a requirement for it. It's okay. I don't know. B tier.
I don't know. I think it's honestly a pretty good payoff at only 4, and you just have to rotate once. Like.
That's true. Okay. A tier. Yeah. Joan Buzzer. Wait, this is like Diamond Driller, but better.
Yeah, no, but you have to trigger 2 and stuff. I feel like Diamond Driller's a bit stronger. Just, I don't know, I'd say this is B.
Okay, yeah. Feather Nester. It's a 0/4, which is pretty strong. Roost Bomber. This is what you would probably want that with.
Yeah.
But they don't overlap in colors very much. At
D?
least. Yeah, D tier.
Flag Gracer.
This is not that good because if it's like you're playing something that needs to discard a certain type of gem, like
Yeah, you
just have that gem, like plan around having that gem.
Yeah.
This is like, we'll hold something together that's already weak.
Yeah, but I don't know, just play this, just play as is requirements and stuff. I feel like this is a bit too slow and like too space heavy to be worth it.
A 4 drop that lessens some requirements is not usually worth it in this game. I would go D tier for
Yeah,
that.
same. Flare launcher.
Discard a Capital Gem, 3 damage. For 4, 3 damage is too slow of a clock. And you need to discard something from your hand. Not strong.
I don't know though. I think it's a good payoff for like slow defensive decks, maybe though.
Yeah, it definitely could be.
I don't know. I think it's an easy thing to hit with consistent damage doublers. Or
Yeah,
like I think some decks might want it as a payoff.
some decks might want it. Probably not that useful though. I don't know. I would go what, B tier, C tier,
Yeah. C. High
C
C.
tier. C.
Okay. Flash Blaster. 3/1.
This is strong for life gain decks. This is going to be your win con if you're trying to do life gain. There's
Yeah,
like,
no,
if you
but
have Taproot, batteries,
No, I think
4 every turn, this is going to deal 4 damage. I don't know, that's pretty good.
that's
If it
better.
had more defense, it'd be better.
Yeah, I mean that's good and stuff, but I feel like someone might be able to outrace it sometimes and stuff. Like if they're really running a lot of.
Yeah, and it's 4. I don't know, nothing.
And the trouble is you'll get reset on life each round.
And you're going to have low defense if you're running batteries.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just.
I would go C.
Yeah. Gale Tracer.
This is a really cool card. If you can find some way to pump it above 3, it would be good. But 3 damage, like and sometimes they'll have a defense in the back. I don't know. I like the idea. If it would work if you could make it work.
Yeah, it just feels like, I think just like raw like hit stuff isn't the strongest in this game. Like,
Yeah, you gotta figure something out.
yeah.
I would go C tier.
Yeah, I'd even say D.
C.
Okay.
You may equip it with an Aqua Gem from your hand.
And this is the third part of that 1 and Aqua Gem
Yeah.
combo. I know, but
It's
like.
ramp, but it needs requirement. It needs other things.
Yeah, I think we're rating the entire combo, so that's like 5 + 4 + 4 is like
Yeah,
13
Yeah.
plus your 3 extra aqua. You have to have lying around.
Yeah, this is hard to pull off, but it's not horrible.
Not the strongest combo.
This
honestly,
card is pretty bad. It's the worst part. Yeah, I would go
Yeah.
D.
Since it kind of does nothing without the combo, I'd say
D tier.
yeah. Blast Raider.
So this is cool. This is a 6.
You put this in Dexter.
I don't know. I mean, that's
weak
pretty
on
good.
defense though. Like
Yeah. Yeah, if it like switched every other turn, that'd be good, but not the strongest. It's basically a 3-0 if you think about it.
yeah, slightly better at piercing defense, but
Glisten Blinker. This one is cool, but you're gonna need some high cards in your hand. You're gonna need a way to draw.
yeah, I don't know.
And at 4
Put
damage
this in your
every turn.
Dexter though.
4 damage every turn is not the best.
I think maybe it'll get good eventually, but I didn't think till then C tier has like 1 deck where you run it in.
Yeah. Gloom Miser. This is like you're doubling your mill situation. Why are you milling someone?
I don't think doublers are even that strong in this game just because you have so limited slots.
Yeah. Take 4. Yeah, taking up your shot and for 4. And mill is not good. I don't know. This is not a good card. I would
Yeah.
put this in C tier. D
I'd say
tier.
D.
D tier.
Glory
Glory Bringer. Why? What are you doing? Just run the level. Like this is another one of those things that is the glue for some like weird decks that like try to make stuff work.
Yeah, but also you can just sideboard in your level 5s as you keep going on, or like bump them
Yeah.
1 turn. I don't know.
To be honest, this is not very strong. I would go C tier.
I'd go D.
Hail Dominator.
Google Fume Blitzer.
Yeah.
You only have 1 center position.
Yeah. And this is what? This is, yeah. Not.
Oh yeah. D tier, just run Fume Blitzer.
I would go C tier.
Herd Necromancer.
This could be good. This could be like some loop situation.
Yeah.
This is similar to Loop Man.
Also, it's a bit more restrictive than the loop, just because I'm not sure how many Capros are there that discard themselves.
I think Ion
Yeah,
Ringer,
B.
this would be good. Ice Creamer. Okay, if you're playing this into something else, it could be good. It does have 4 defense. This could be good. I don't know. I'd go C tier though. Why do you want cryogems on everything? What are you doing?
I know.
What are you doing?
A lot of things, like
Why do you have so many cryogems?
If you have like a 5-drop on this, that like you just play this in to ramp out your other things and stuff, I know it could be useful, but it feels a bit strict to make and for not that much acceleration unless you're exactly perfectly playing these plus like 1 more color and stuff and 5 and you need more cryos out.
Your Lush Keeper. It's gonna give you some stuff.
Combos decently well with Miracle Conductor.
Yeah. And
know.
it's each here on your front line, so that's pretty good. But, you know, when you move it, it's going to get wrecked, so.
Yeah.
Fragile, I would go with a...
Like, these are the decks you should be running Mountaineer in. Like, I don't think you need it as a random defense piece in others, but like if you're running this specifically.
Yeah, I would go a C tier.
Yeah.
Microprocessor. It's just going to help you do some crazy, play some level 5, play some ion banger.
Yeah, my issue though is that, like maybe like your verb conflictor or whatever, like the removal thing. My issue is that it's already a 4-drop.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, maybe just save up and play the 5-drop.
Yeah, and if you're trying to do something, I could see how this could work, but most times this is probably not going to be too helpful. I would go C tier. Mineral Juggler, this is cool, but why are you moving your gems? Put them in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah.
There's heroes for this.
D.
A D tier, yeah.
Mojo Charger.
Okay, this will gain you some HP a little bit.
But like,
when you play it,
there's only so much difference that can be happening. Like if your opponent's playing life gain, why are you running a card as a hay piece for one bad deck?
Yeah, and otherwise, if you're losing, you're already losing. Play something that's going to help you win, not some random guy.
Only 1 point of life matters, and it's your last.
I would go D tier.
Yeah.
Needle Rusher. So this is cool. I like this card actually because it's a 4/0, which is so you're going to be able to get damage in with it, and it has this nice kind of like ramping situation with Terragems.
Yeah. It's only once though, and like the trouble is like you're so like gem hungry in this game that like I feel like most decks are going to hit 1, 2 at max.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I would go C. B tier. I'll go B tier.
Nah, C.
Okay, C. Palette Gracer. If you have a way to blink and recur or something like this, it could be good. But you already have those 3 gems and you play them on Palette Gracer. So unless you're doing 3 Palette Gracers, this isn't going to be very helpful.
Yeah, I feel like you could do better.
Use the gems on what you're trying to use them for.
Okay, Plume Picker.
What is going on here? If you have that guy with the
recur up to 7, that's like, you know,
this is gonna do that for you.
But
you still have to get 7 in your hand. There's no way you have 7 Pyrogems. So it's gonna take you a while to build up to 7 Pyrogems. And then you're doing 7 damage. Like, I don't know. There's better 7 things, 7 damage.
Yeah.
C tier.
Polish Duster.
Polish Duster. Okay, so it can copy one of your Lucio Gemblins. I mean, it's 4. When you're at 4, why are you copying something?
Yeah, just play it.
This could be some kind of like, have everything in your hand and then like, be a kind of toolbox, switch around to what you need each turn. I like that idea, but at this point in the game, that's not going to be too helpful. I would go B tier.
Yeah.
Rhyme Piercer, it's pretty good. If you can buff it up, that'd be good. But there's a lot of setup needed here for it to be strong. You need to mill them and you need to buff. But if so, I think the payoff is strong.
I don't know. B.
B.
Can you spawn it?
4 damage is strong. You need a way to cycle arrow gem blends. It is a 1/3, that's okay. Non-combat damage is strong. And if you're playing like Hickory or something, you'll be able, there's a lot you can get through.
Yeah.
I don't know, this is pretty strong. I would go A tier.
Yeah, you kind of want to build a deck with an A tier.
Royal Buzzer, switch stuff around.
Combos with that other buzzer.
But there's better you're gonna switch better for lower mana, and it's only a 2/2. Not very good. Maybe if you could switch during your opponent's turn, that'd be different. That'd be really good.
Yeah. C.
Oh yeah, C. But all right, on to card number 117, Shadow Sneaker.
I hardly shadow knower.
I think this pairs best with those cards that allow you to attack multiple times, because those are the ones that are most hindered by defense.
There is also the trouble that this kind of is just a lot more cost for essentially just a glacier. Like, it lets you declare like any hero on the front line staff, so it could really work, but it's just like...
Why are you using 4 of your... 4... It's like for a level 4, this is too much of a cost for too mediocre of an output.
Yeah, like why have one card that makes your other card do a little better and you could just have a second card doing really well already?
Okay, so I would put this in C tier.
Yeah.
Shardbuster. This one is cool because this is one of the higher attacks for 4.
Yeah.
And giving your opponent's cards, like, I don't think it's too big of a deal.
No, I think that's pretty scary, like, especially for something that's trying to like beat down aggro faster. Like you're just helping them dig for answers again.
There's not many answers in
Yeah, I feel like it would be
game that you could
it
dig
might
for.
actually be better if there are more answers somehow, just because like if things are getting answered anyway, then like it would get some damage in first, but here and stuff it like gives them a lot better chance of finding like one of their like 2 answers, like, you know, they're one of dissolve or something. And also the 0 defense is just like...
yeah.
Like,
Zero
I could see this
defense is
getting
bad in this
outraced,
game.
honestly.
Yeah. Like, imagine you're the opponent. You'd be happy when they played this. That's the sign of a bad card.
Yeah.
So I would go with I would put this in
Like
C
at this
tier.
point, just find like a better 5-drop and stuff, and I think...
Shine Minster. This is bettered stats because defense I think is really strong. I like this because it has good stats, but its ability is like not that strong.
Yeah, I think there's too much overlap with Luster Striker
But
cards.
a 0-5 is strong in and of itself, so I think this automatically gets a A tier.
No, not.
B tier.
Like, I think it's just too much cost. I know, I'd say C.
B. Great. B tier. Sleet Copter. This is a really strong card because it has evasion and high attack. But you can rotate around to a more advantageous position once you've attacked.
Like, I see this is the card you play with that drill or whatever.
Yeah, actually no, there's a different card you play with the drill, but this is still good.
Still, I feel like the one thing is it's kind of getting hit by the meta at the moment. It's like, you know, Anchor's sort of a big thing. That might change soon.
Yeah. But I still think this is good. I would go A tier for this.
Yeah, solid
It's
beater.
nothing amazing, but... Slipknotter.
I just don't think people are playing that many blends to really get value.
Yeah,
like,
decks
I think this
run
would be
like
stronger if you had like
blends.
normal sort of sideboarding, but we don't really have that, so.
2 attack is alright, but it has 0 defense. I think this is bad. I would go D tier.
Yeah.
Summit Glazer. And Arrange is really strong because it's better than just like rotate or switch too. Like this is, I mean, you set it up as perfectly as you can.
Yeah.
I think that's strong.
I think it does have the issue of maybe like that advantage being a little slow and stuff, and I think enough decks run sort of answers to it that it might not be consistent enough.
And we are talking about constructed here. So I would go with a B tier for this, just because ETB abilities in this game don't seem super strong.
Yeah.
Void Charmer, 4 damage to your HP is a lot of damage just to switch one hero, but it does have decent stats. This is good like removal for specific moments, but I don't know how strong this is going to be in general.
Yeah, I don't really see much for it.
I would go C tier.
Yeah.
Witchcrafter. This is a really cool card because this is giving all of your heroes. This is a lot of invisible gems.
Yeah, I just think the trouble is if you're trying to abuse that sort of thing and like all your heroes, like you're using up a slot on your field and stuff,
and this is already four gems. This is already 4 gems that you're using.
I think we've lost a bit already. We could just say it normally.
No. When I read like cards in my head, I pronounce it gems in my head.
We sacrificed everything for this bit and wanted to bring us
a funny video.
Chad, is this funny? Yeah, I can do a 4th wall break. But I don't know, I feel like maybe there's something we don't know with this.
Yeah, every time I've thought about how I could use this, I haven't been able to come up with it. Alright, Witchcrafter, I would go C tier.
Yeah.
Yule Puffer, I feel like this is good because It has decent stats and is able to get you the cards that you want.
Now, isn't there like just a looter that just costs less though? Like, I feel like these stats might be a bit weak for that sort of investment.
It's true. It's good with Joy Holiday. I like that the background is just a photograph of candy canes.
Yeah. B?
B tier. Baton Bishop. This is for like if you're trying to discard stuff for some special discard deck.
But like, why would you?
Well, there's some that are take Yumi for example.
Oh, yeah.
Yumi is like discard 3 identical gems. If you have this guy out, you just discard any 3 gems.
Yeah, I suppose there are some in those colors that are like very particular, like the one that's like discard 1 Aqua, 2 Terror, 3 Pyro, or whatever.
Yeah, Skyward Commander.
Even then stuff, I feel like this is a heavy enough investment that it's probably easier just to play like gem types in the right proportions and like, just search them out or something.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Blaze Angel, Dexter, that's it. C tier.
Yeah, is it even worth it for Dexter?
Yeah, it's only 4 damage, but it's 2 non-defense damage.
Yeah,
Maybe with Gull or something. C tier.
Yeah.
Bluster Mage.
I mean,
there's heroes that do everything this does.
Yeah, I feel like just Hickory into like some whatchamacallums. That 2-drop and stuff that's like find a blend and like, matching gem.
Yeah, this isn't gonna be a mage. Yeah, this is
like, I think there are just better ways to get this effect. That like, I like the consistency, but
yeah. Who's actually running this? C tier. Bolt Ram. This is like cool if you can loop it, maybe with like a Herd Necromancer or something. But the amount of setup that you have to do, because you have to, it basically, in order to fully max it out, you need 7 gems on it. And then if you're looping it, it could be cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it done, but I don't know how strong it'd be. I would go for now B tier.
Yeah, B. B for Bolt Ram.
Brass Guard. This is actually a very strong card.
Yeah, I've seen some cool decks with it and stuff like
I
that.
think what's really special about this card is that it works with Rage Domesticator, but on its own it also works really well because you're able, especially with someone like Lauren who can get you gems back to your hand, it can just loop itself, and a 4, that's basically a 4/4 for 3. That feels really strong if you're able to. You are using your allotted gem slot per turn, but I still think this is really strong. I would go almost S tier for this card.
No, I think it's only A.
Okay, high A.
High A.
Burn Foul.
I feel like the card we just showed you was just like more defense on your opponent's turn and like an easier to trigger have 4 attack condition.
Yeah, don't let your strategy rely on what your opponent does.
Yeah.
That's not going to be helpful.
I get everyone spamming actions, but like don't rely on it.
Yeah, and also you could just spam a bunch of actions in one turn.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, good to see you.
We're filming a video.
Oh.
I would go D tier.
Yeah.
Charge Foul.
I mean, this is just Burn Foul, but even more pathetic. Like, not all that many decks even like, swap their heroes' positions unless they need to.
Yeah, and if you're doing it, just use Anchor. Maybe if it had more defense, it'd be good. I would go C tier. Chrome Rocket. Why would you? What are you doing with this card, guys? What are you doing?
It is 3 attack, I guess, or.
You could do better than this,
Yeah,
guys.
if you
could do better than this.
Is there anything that triggers from like even playing blends?
No,
or?
and you can only do it once per turn, anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like you can loop it.
Yeah.
Crystal Reflector. This one is cool because I think being able to copy some like big things for less is like a strong thing.
Like I think this will get better as more sets come out.
Yeah. The problem is it is limited with Cryogem.
And it's hitting the ones in your field and stuff. It's like you still need to get the big one out.
Yeah. You need to get the big one out, then play this. But it also you could play it in the beginning and have it copy something medium, and then once you play the large one, it's able to scale pretty well, I think, as the game goes on, which is strong, especially for this game.
Yeah,
I would go A tier.
I know, mid stat line though.
Yeah.
I mean,
true, and it's not
Cryogem
copying.
specifically, like, I don't know.
Okay, B tier, nice try. Drip Foul, because he's dripped out. lazuli, like Minecraft.
If you want this effect, just play stuns in your deck.
This is just less
D.
of it.
Well, I suppose meh. I
would
don't
go
think it's C.
C tier. This has at least some uses. Fever Virus, I love this card because I think it'd be funny if you played 3 of these cards and then your opponent had no effect.
I feel like this would be really strong if it was a 2-drop, but I think 3-drop it's a bit out.
And if it was defense instead of attack, because your opponent wins if you play 3 of these, because they could just attack you.
Do find it funny though.
Very funny. C tier.
Yeah.
Flurry Shifter. I mean, outside of Anchor, this is still pretty strong, I think, because 1 gem of any type. This is like
and it's like
Drip Foul, but way better.
Yeah.
Because you're disrupting the opponent's entire board, and it's a gem of any color.
Yeah. A?
A tier.
Okay.
Fog Shifter. It's just like rotates your stuff.
Okay.
I mean, it's nice. It has defense.
Yeah.
And
I do like how it can rotate things in one space to attack, then send them back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's too. Also, that's good.
Triggers
Also.
the drill one a bit easier and stuff.
Yeah, I would put
Two
this.
defense isn't that bad.
Yeah.
B?
Yeah, high B or low A. Frost Herald. This one is cool because this is gonna, I think, like reanimate this with Herd Necromancer every other turn or something.
And I think there are stronger things to go with Herd Necromancer.
I think so as well.
I think
but
maybe
you could alternate
if you're
this with
playing
something
these
else.
colors or like gem types anyway, just slam it in there.
I don't know. I like this card. I think this is pretty good. I would
Yeah.
go A tier. Fungus Usher.
Stop playing mill, people.
But also, this isn't even that good because if they have 1 defense, it doesn't do anything. Like you need to actually deal attack damage.
Stop playing mill, people.
Keep playing mill, but none of the mill cards are good. So
Stop playing mill.
okay.
Spurred,
D tier.
have some self-respect.
D tier.
D tier. Actually, can we go F for that? F for fungus?
F for Fungus. I like him though. I like him. Just he's not very good. Garden Sprout. This is a really strong card actually. Because there's not many ways to buff your heroes in this game, and this does it well.
Not that much of an investment stuff. Like it lets sort of like lower to the ground decks scale up in sort of game 2 and 3.
Yeah, it's also really good with a something that can attack multiple times, like the vampire.
Or if you're just throwing out 3 sprouts in a garden sprout, like that's 3 3/3s in your front line.
Pretty good.
3/3/3.
Might be an S tier item.
I think only A.
I think A because it's Aqua Gem, so it's a little restricted.
Yeah.
Glitz Energizer.
Stop playing
No.
life game, people. I think the trouble is just with how the round system works. Like, you life game a lot game 1 stuff. Like, you're not winning fast. Your opponent sets up, and then game 2, you're back down to 20. Get slammed before you can heal. Game 3, they've ramped up the max and stuff, and they just scale better than you.
Yeah.
Life game just fundamentally
and especially this,
isn't good.
And
right
especially this one is not a
Oh,
good
yeah,
way to
this
life
one you're
game
not gonna-
either.
Also,
F
1
tier.
and 0. Yeah, F tier.
Glow Herald.
Gerald.
Harold.
No, just call him Gerald.
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 It's like Gary. From
Are we
Magic
just
the
like the
Gathering.
professional card namers of this game? Feels like a draft pick.
Yeah. It's
But
alright.
I
It's
know,
nothing
like,
amazing.
How many blends are you finding?
Yeah. Unless you're like doing some crazy looping thing. But you only have 3 of each thing, so it's only gonna last you 3 turns before you need to like switch up, and you need to have it on the heroes already. C tier. Milk Herald. I feel like this could be pretty strong because 1 Aqua Gem every turn is cool because there's a lot of things that want you to discard Aqua Gems. I would put this in
I mean, 2 defense and stuff. I'd say solid B.
B tier. Nice and juicy B tier. Mirror Chaser.
Just play Angel if you're really looking for this effect.
Yeah, this is not strong.
Yeah.
D tier.
Or just use like a normal hero that can do stuff like this. D tier.
Particle Reflector.
This is one of the promos. I feel like it just depends on your opponents too much.
Some opponents are not playing things with good effects.
But like I think enough people are playing low to the ground decks that probably isn't consistent enough. But if you're hitting an opponent playing like a 5-star and stuff, especially this is a very funny way to deal with a Torrent Crasher. B.
Polar Hornet. I feel like this card is actually really strong.
Yeah.
4-0 for 3 is pretty good, and if you can get it to work. And I think there's enough things that can get it to work on their own.
Yeah, like I've seen it do work, and the B is pre-con. B tier for B tier.
B tier. Speaking of bees, Pollen Angel. This is just the worst version of that other one.
Yeah,
just play the other one.
Yeah, just pay the one more gem and stuff to get like your whole odds.
The Drone Buzzer. Drone Buzzer is just gonna be better. D tier.
Yeah.
Powder Angel.
People do like searching, but like I don't know, I just don't think it. No. I think the trouble is they can play around this too.
Also, everyone searches on the first turn.
Yeah.
So people aren't gonna search their deck too often.
And I feel like it'll probably just get you like I don't know, 4 or something. Like people won't search if it will kill them.
Yeah. We'll go F tier.
Yeah.
Premium Chiller.
Now I am a premium chiller defender. I think there is some sort of absurd list you can do to abuse this.
Yeah, well, because the problem is you can only do it once. Because I don't know. I think it's so cool, but like this really only is gonna benefit if you're playing a level 5, and that's gonna do you 5 damage. Is it worth it?
You will kill yourself, but it's hilarious. And like I don't know. I just think there is something that can be done with these. There's something not there yet. Maybe one day, C tier for chiller. Give it a B for hope's sake. For me.
Okay. C, but like could be a B.
Yeah.
Pristine Mage.
Wow, it's just that one spell for free over and over again.
Yeah.
Might help for like a Luster Striker list consistency, but other than that, like.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, actually, that's a strong.
Like it has its niche.
But is it that good all around? No. C tier. Pylon Capacitor. Just put your back position hero in the front.
Yeah, might help you bust through some like strong like anchor defenses and stuff.
Yeah.
C.
Could be cool. Let us know. River Angel.
I have never seen this card in my life.
I have. It's mid.
Have you? Again,
I think
just play Angel.
Yeah, just play normal Angel. I mean, this is nice because you could have it in the back and then switch your 2 to like destroy your Bass and Trouble Piper.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yes. S tier.
S tier.
Root Herald. The problem with this is like you can't max out very much on life gain.
And like even then, like, come on, life gain, you're just
like 3 batteries, and this isn't even. It's what, a 6 every turn.
Yeah, and like the trouble is, well, in back position, you can't stack it with another one unless you summon.
Oh, but it doubles. It's not an additional 1. It's doubles.
They thought of this. Oh yes, bad.
D
tier.
Cheryl.
No, only Gerald should stay.
What?
I feel like you're running too many different colors of gems to like consistently get this.
What are you doing with this card?
And like
collect, like if you can.
Like there are better forms of card advantage, I think. Even like a 3-drop thing. And I don't know. It just what are you doing?
Yeah. What are you doing with this? D tier. Signal Corruptor. S
tier.
tier. Moving on.
It just kills low and ground decks really, really well.
And low and ground decks are strong.
Yeah.
4
you should be if you're not like out racing the low to the ground decks, you should be running a copy of this.
Yeah, or 3. Silent Usher.
Yeah, I feel like the trouble is this only really hurts decks janky enough that you'll beat them anyway.
No, this is bad, and here's why. It can only do opposite position heroes, so it's not like you're getting attack in, because this only has 1 attack. So, and they can just replay it on their turn. So this
like,
is
you take out their like pipers and stuff, or like only things that really get hit by their thing getting bounced are probably 2 jank so you'll just be winning.
Stuff, yeah. This
you'll
is
just
not
be winning against them anyway in the current meta.
F tier.
Yeah.
Silver goal. This is cool if you can like somehow loop it and then like play actions every turn or something.
Snapcaster Mage.
A 3 attack is nice, I guess.
Yeah.
It'd be better for his defense, but this is pretty good. I would go A tier.
Yeah.
Skull Ram. Scram. Silly?
I know, I feel like the stat line's too weak for it and stuff, because like deep line to block, I think the trouble is if you get your opponent doing that, like you're already gonna win anyway.
Yeah, it's true. Deep line to block is kind of like that last
like
minute.
It just
D tier. Snow Foul. It's kind of not bad actually.
Yeah, but the trouble, I don't know, it's a bit hard to predict where you'll need to play this. Like,
yeah, it's like
cards move around too much a lot of the time.
Yeah, if you want something that's like a little more fluid, I feel like the Mermaid is better for you.
I mean, like, what are you really gaining? Like, if you want a big blocking body, honestly, just play a guard.
Yeah. It's D tier. Sonic Ghost.
Ow. This background just hurts, man.
I like this. Okay.
Now, I am sick of people playing a lot of actions and stuff just on one turn.
Yeah.
I do like this card just for the pure ability of saying, hey, could you just stop for 2 seconds?
But it does have to be in center position, and it is at 2-0, so it's getting slammed by whatever giant thing they have in the
and
center.
also, people just spam all their actions turn 1 anyway, and like...
I would go C tier.
I'd say D.
Spark Chaser. I think this one is really strong. Towards the end of the game, like,
yeah, the trouble is if they have 4 gems on something, they're probably going to put a blend on it.
But
and like those high level blends tend to have defense, so you're more going to look at like getting like 3 damage in and stuff.
Yeah.
And then if you want a beater, like I think just plain beater and stuff, I think the trouble is nothing can really dethrone Glacier.
The one good thing is it's convectorable. So you could like convector into Spark Chaser pretty fast, but it doesn't benefit from being fast because your opponent has to get there too.
Yeah.
To catch up. C tier.
I'd say B.
B tier. Steam Usher.
Kind of fun for Dexter list maybe. And
this is like the only card in the game that allows you to discard your own deck, which is strong for cards like Catalyst Controller.
Yeah, but the trouble is you get more
things.
sort of control and stuff, just like, discarding from your hand and stuff using abilities. Like, you can always just, like, play a blend, then de-blend it. B?
B tier.
Interesting enough effect. You could probably do something with
I think
it.
it's high B, though. High B.
I think lower end of B.
Tinder Ram. I like that they just literally named it off of, like, the dating app.
Block of text card.
You're cooking something, but how good is it?
Yeah, like, what are you going to be hitting with this? C?
I would go B tier because I think it has potential.
Yeah.
Toxic Ram. Kind of similar thing, but I think it has more potential. I would go A tier.
I'd say B. Like, I haven't seen any sort of thing that demonstrates as A tier, so, like, I don't know. Like, I think the trouble is you are still inflicting damage to yourself. Its stat line is kind of, like, weak.
You need,
like, I think
you need
might...
this. The problem with this is because you need whatever thing that you're dealing damage to yourself with, this, and then something to kill them as well. Because otherwise you're just both going to be low and they're going to kill you.
Play like a thing that kills the opponent instead. I don't see this being that much better than just a normal ram that you just play down.
Okay, B.
Valence Angel.
Ruvane.
What? We're not naming a card after you. You gotta win the Invitational for that. And I'm not letting you win the Invitational, I'm winning it. There's just a hero that does this, but without you having you discard something.
And there's an action.
Yeah, the trouble is they're not permanent and stuff. Like, I think it's just...
What are you using to do this? Ion Banger, it could be the only thing that I think of.
D tier?
D tier. Venomouse. So bad.
Yeah, it just...
What are you doing with your life? There's so many other things to switch out your opponents that this isn't
It's easier
good.
just to sort of trigger a struggle switch, honestly.
Yeah, F tier.
Yeah.
Wave Ram. This is the mermaid I was talking about. I think this is cool, actually. I like this card.
Yeah, that's solidly decent. B?
B tier. I think everything is going to B. Wood Ghost. I think this is really cool paired with removal.
B?
B.
Or C? Yeah, C.
I would go B because you can also move it around.
Yeah, I guess.
In the early game to get a good amount of damage in, I think.
Anchor?
Onto 2.
This is an S tier. Like, I think this is honestly the strongest of sort of low to the ground strategy. Like, it just, the redefense, like, even if
Defense
it didn't
is so strong in this game.
even if it didn't have text, it would still be, like, pretty playable.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, it's a very strong con. Like, it is the only reason that, like, removal is so good on.
Angel.
I'd say just solidly A tier.
Solidly A tier. It's the cheapest and pretty efficient.
Can always
way
find a
move
place to
stuff
get
around.
in, like, 2 damage and stuff. It's move stuff around efficiently.
Battery. If it wasn't a 0/0, it'd be good.
But it's a 0/0 and it's only life gain. So
You're not
D.
going to gain more life than the damage that.
Yeah.
Like, just have higher defense. Play guard or anchor.
D tier?
D tier. Bishop. This is actually a pretty strong card.
Top 10 things to find with Hickory.
Because it's you're getting 2 things out of it. You're getting a blend and a gem.
A tier?
A tier for sure. Almost S. High A. Capacitor. I've tried to build this deck. It doesn't work very well. B tier.
I mean, it was kind of cool. The trouble is it just ended up being a bit too janky, but yeah, B.
Chaser. I actually think this is potential because drawing a card is cool. And if you're able to switch them.
Interesting card advantage for...
Yeah, this is very cheap card advantage, I will say.
Yeah, but also, like, the stat line's kind of mid. B.
Also, card advantage, this game is so easy to get for free with heroes and actions.
C or B?
B. Chiller. I like it. I like the repeatability of actions.
Yeah.
I think that's a strong thing.
B? Like, I think I just want to see more results with it before it goes in A.
Yeah, high B though.
Yeah.
Cone.
Cone. It's really good for Hickory. It's really good if you just happen to be in these colors and stuff. Like, it just...
Yeah.
If you're in these colors, it's a gem search.
Yeah, because you play it and then you can discard it itself.
I think because, like, the restrictions and stuff, like, it's slightly weaker than gem search, or I think we're just going to go A.
Convector. I think this one is cool. I think this one has potential. It allows you to do a lot.
I think the trouble is it has to be on the front line and it only has, like, 1 defense, 0 attack.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I think, like, if you're, like, trying to ramp out something else big, just play the Pyro and the Electro on it already. Like, I just don't really see this doing all that much for you.
Yeah. And there's not a lot of really good cards that have
Like,
Pyro and Electro. What you're really doing is you're, like, being able to play more Convectors. It does trigger a full Miracle Conductor, which is pretty strong for 2.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
C or D?
C.
Yeah.
C for Convector.
Corruptor. Don't play Mill. Just don't. Don't do Mill, kids. D tier. Actually, it's Mill, F tier.
C tier.
Did you read the card?
Yeah. It's not horrible.
It's a 1/0.
Okay. D tier. Not F. Not F. It's not F.
Sadly, he wins this one because he's editing. But I win this one because I don't have to edit.
Electron.
I mean, it's kind of defensive, but I feel like you just get more control with Angel, and I think I just prefer the control.
Yeah. It's just a little reliant on stuff.
And, like, it just... Like, what is it doing to make you win, honestly? Like, there are stronger... Like, if you want defense and stuff, just, like, play multiple guards, I think.
Yeah.
It's just not really doing enough for you. I think C or D. What do we think?
I think D.
Yeah.
Energizer.
Isn't there just a hero that does this?
Also, why are you playing your gems up in the wrong place?
Yeah. Try playing your gems in just the right hero.
Yeah.
F.
F.
Foul.
Foul.
Oh, something most foul. See, there's just a better looter than what we were looking at with like the Joy Holiday, and it can also get things into your yard, which is good for a lot of
discard into yard is good. This is a pretty
like
strong
I've just
card,
seen
actually.
some pretty good mid-range decks with it, so I think A.
Also, you can throw it out with a Roost Bomber later, get it back with a Catalyst Controller. I think this is actually pretty good. I would go A.
Yeah.
Ghost. I think this one's also pretty good because there's not a lot of removal that hits back position heroes, and this is one of them. But it is 2 damage every turn for it to work. Unless
I don't think you need it every turn. Like, I think it might be good as a one-of for a Hickory list. I don't think it's trying to be in every deck, and I don't think we need to judge on that and stuff. I think it's a B for the decks that would play it.
I think it's a B, yeah. High B. I think it's also
I don't think it's high B.
B. Glacier.
I mean, this is just the gold standard of beaters, honestly.
Yeah, it's
like I think this.
It's max. It's like the equivalent of a 4.
Yeah. Also, that's an aqua gem on it. So like, if you have like a garden sprout, that helps it scale.
Yeah.
Like I think it just
this is
S
the S tier. Guard. S tier. It's the gold standard opposite of Glacier.
Just so many things just like can't break through it.
Yeah. Basically every single thing that doesn't go like crazy 5-star.
Yeah. S
tier. Goal. If
not enough defense, I think is like the main issue on this and stuff.
Maybe you run it in back position later to help with some other things. But it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. C.
No, I would go B tier for this.
I don't think it's B. I don't think it makes it a B. One attack. Like I think it's just too dependent, not strong enough on its own. Like.
Okay.
Especially since a lot of like the out of combat damage dealers also happen to have pretty shit stat lines.
C for goal. Herald. This is another.
Hi.
This is Gerald's brother.
Yeah, Gerald's brother Harold.
This is Gerald's mother. Yeah, this is good.
Like
I think this is just a solid A tier card.
No, I think stat line might just not be that good. But I suppose early game card selection.
Early game card selection and early game subtle defense and attack.
Yeah.
It'll do some stuff for you.
Yeah, A I guess.
A
lower A.
Hornet.
No, I just don't quite see it.
Guys, where's that Hornet?
Yeah, I think the trouble is you can only like play 3 of it in your deck.
Yeah, if you could like run infinite, it'd be cool because you could just spam it out. But what are you gonna do when it dies?
I just don't quite see why you would play this instead of just like, I don't know, more spells in a flush list or more gems for consistency. Like I don't think it's just gonna do all that much for you.
Yeah.
Because if you're running a fast list, just run like glaciers and stuff. If you're running a slow list and just like playing this out like between things, those slower lists, they're probably like losing game 1 anyway. And it's just like you're not really doing all that much with the 3.
Yeah, this is not very good. D tier.
Yeah.
Mage. This one is more strong because 2 identical gems is pretty good. Identical is a little bad, but I think this is good. It doesn't have a stat line at all, which is pretty bad.
But I think it is kind of just a one and done card, honestly. Like the most you're gonna really use this in the game is twice.
Yeah, but still pretty good.
Like certain decks will want to run and stuff for consistency, and it's just a pretty good piece for that. A tier.
A tier. Magnet. No.
Just play the right color of gems. Like what? I don't get this. Well and back. Why are you putting everything early?
What are you doing?
What
are you doing? Why?
People, get some help.
Yeah. F tier. Mountaineer. It's protective. You run it.
This card.
Pixel. Once again, play your gems in the right spot. Why are you doing D tier?
D tier.
Ram. This is the other glacier. It's nicer because it can go up to 4 damage, but you do need to do some more stuff for that.
I think the trouble is everyone's like getting out defense early or something anyway. Like I think just Glacier is more consistent. I want to put this in A.
I would put this in A, not S, but still pretty good. It's your second tier.
Yeah.
It has its uses. Reflector. What would you use this for? Like, name a card. Yeah, you couldn't. C tier. Rocket. I mean,
Trouble is it's probably going to be beating into defense. I think it's harder to get a fourth round.
Yeah, once it's blended, it probably has defense.
And like, trouble with these low-level beaters and stuff is you probably want to get like all three of the one out. And you can't quite do that unless your opponent also is doing the same thing. And then they'll probably win with the better ones.
Yeah, this is pretty mid. I would go C tier.
I'd say B.
C. Shifter. Okay. I mean, this is nice rotation. It's a 1/1. This is good for a 2, I think, for a 2-drop.
Yeah, B.
B. Sprout. This one is nice because 2/2 is actually pretty strong.
And I feel like.
And it starts as a 1/1, and then you can scale it up to a 2/2. So it's.
And then you play your garden sprouting back, and then it's a 3/3.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I would put this in A tier.
Yeah.
Usher. This is a classic. It's just a ramp and a bucket.
Yep. Like I think it's like if Surge just for this, I'd say just put it in A.
Yeah. And finally, our last blend, Virus. I really like Virus.
I think it's a bit too hard to predict with it.
You need to like if you can pair with something that'll rotate it to the right point, that could be helpful, but
even then, like, the trouble is your opponent won't like willingly just kill themselves and throw all the games on it.
If it was 5 damage, it would be better because then you could do 4 cycles. But having to have done 5
B or C.
B tier. I still like this card.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Finally, we are on to actions.
Okay, 3 stars. Mass.
Of all the 3 stars, this one is pretty good.
I don't know. I mean, this is what you're spending 3 stars on.
I don't know. It's mid. B tier.
No, that's 3 stars there. I'd say C tier.
Yeah, C tier. No one is running that. That's true.
Amplify. Now this would be broken if it was attack, but I think since it's non-attack, like it's just.
Ion Banger will do the job, and you'll still have 3 more action stars to use.
C or D?
C. Coordinate. Really, like, not good. Like, really, this is like not a good card.
Yeah,
this
just
is F tier.
And I think since it also hits opponents, I'd say D. I mean, it can set you up for certain decks against certain decks, so I'd say D.
D tier. Dissolve.
I'm trying to decide between A and B. Like, on the one hand...
Definitely not A. I don't think any 3 stars are A, besides maybe Ruvane.
Oh, no, I think this is the strongest 3-star. Just, like, no questions asked, removal. Staff doesn't even put it in the yard.
It's true.
I think...
But what are the odds they're just going to play another one? High. High. They're high.
Yeah, B. B.
B. Drain.
I just don't like how it bounces and stuff. The thing is, I think people are probably going to be able to find another gem of that color.
3 is just 3 stars for this.
C or D?
D. Protect.
Devs make it a 2-star. Steve, I know you're watching this.
Protect.
Yeah, no, survive, de-blend the block and stuff.
Wait, actually, I'm curious why this would be any better than... Okay,
and
so it's a little better, but would you rather have that extra star for another one?
Yeah, and also, instead of playing your cards to not lose, you can always just do the oldest trick in the book for not losing. Winning.
Yeah.
D tier.
D. Weaponize. This is good, actually. This is like... This is just like, you're dead most of the time.
Yeah.
I would go with A.
I don't think
B
3
tier.
stars.
3 stars. None of these 3 stars are going to be that good because they're 3 stars.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, just for all this, like, is the stars just worth it more than, like, an extra super cancel?
Yeah, probably not. I would say this card is B tier.
Yeah.
Blend call.
Yeah, I don't know, I just don't think it's consistent enough. You don't need this. If you do need this, you're doing it with your heroes. I don't like being at the point of a super cancel, though.
Yeah, that's true.
D or C?
C tier. Force switch. Good, but like 2 stars is a lot.
Yeah,
for
2 stars
this.
is too much. C.
Gem trick.
Don't mean gem trick.
Gem trick.
If we ever pronounce things wrong at a tournament, this is why. I don't see what you're doing with this. It's like a
you only use this for like bass piper, treble piper combo.
Yeah,
That's
and that
basically
jank
it.
is not good. D tier. I'd say F even.
Lock. This is actually good because the D blend to block is really strong.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I think
2
lock is good.
stars. B, we can agree.
B,
Compromise.
high B. Replicate. I mean, this is going to be better than the one we just looked at.
Yeah,
This is like a better blend call.
could be interesting.
B tier. Yeah.
So yeah, resuscitate and stuff, like, kind of good against a lot of removal we're seeing and stuff, but I think, has potential. Could be stronger options.
Yeah.
B.
I think it
B.
does have potential. B.
B.
Super collect. Here's the thing about this. You're either searching for a blend, in which just play like blend search or something, or you're searching for an action, in which just play the action instead of the super collect.
Maybe if you're playing a 3-star that you really want to find, you run a super collect.
Yeah.
C.
C tier. Survive. I like this card a lot. I think
it's just too jank for most things to want it. C.
Sure.
Range. Just use a hero that does that and just take the extra turn to get everything set up well enough.
I think a range is alright though. I would go high C or low B.
C.
Block attack.
Just D-blend to block.
It's alright. C.
Yeah.
Copy. The problem is it's hard to rely on what your opponents are doing.
Yeah, but the
This
thing is,
could be
everyone's
good.
like playing gem search and stuff. Everyone's playing cancel. Like, I think people are playing enough strong actions that this will reliably get a pretty good amount of value.
But yeah, okay, yeah, I think
B
copy
or
is
A?
pretty good. I would go A tier actually
Yeah,
for copy.
A.
Force return.
Like, it's good for getting something out of the way of block or surprise trick,
Yeah. It's a nice surprise trick, but they're just gonna play it, so it's not like any way to permanently deal with anything.
Yeah.
I would go B.
B.
Or low B. Organize. Once again, like we say for all of these cards.
Yep. Play your gems where you want them.
Play your gems where you want them.
D.
D tier. Recycle. This is
There's one silly deck that
one
plays
silly deck of
and
mine
that deck
plays this.
arguably doesn't even need it.
Not good. D tier.
Yeah.
Cause you're not getting the card.
Stun. This is very, very strong if you go first. Like, it'll hit a Fiona Bell, it'll hit a Selma.
Strong if you go first, and still decently strong throughout the rest of the game. This is probably A tier.
Yeah, it's A.
Super blend search.
I mean, yeah, it just like finds whatever blend you need. A?
Yeah, A tier. That's pretty good. Super cancel. S tier because
yeah, S tier
it's
just
good tempoing. You're playing 1 star to cancel somebody else's 2 star, 3 star, 1 star.
Or 0 star. It just like it hits something that's needed.
Yeah.
Super draw. And this is decent enough card advantage.
Decent enough card advantage. It's 2 cards and some selection.
The issue is I don't think it's like a full 1 star better than draw.
Yeah. You might be better running something else and then
B,
draw.
I think.
Yeah. Surge. This is just really strong ramp.
A?
Almost S. This might be S tier.
Yeah, maybe S.
Low S, but I think this is worthwhile of a S ranking. Blend search onto the 0 stars. Blend search is just also really good. I would go A tier.
It'll find that 3 star that does removal. A tier.
Breach.
I've never seen someone play this.
I think this is okay,
B
but they can
or
still
C?
deblend to block. So this isn't gonna do the final thing. So I would go C.
Yeah.
Bump. What are you doing
Only
with
one
bump?
level, like just
1 level and then for 1 turn.
yeah.
You can't even stack them. That's not even. So like yeah. This is bad.
D. Or
F. Cancel.
S tier.
S tier. Yeah.
It cancels gem searches. That would make it S tier. If it was just a card that says counter target gem search, it would still probably be S tier.
Yeah. Collect. Another staple.
Yeah.
This is really strong. I don't know if it's like super good. Oh, it is drawing you one.
Yeah.
And
S.
S, especially because I think with shuffling, this is really good.
Yeah.
Draw.
I'd say solid A. It's just like, good replacement.
Solid A. Yeah. Exchange. Play a blend search or just play the blend.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be amazing. It's okay.
D or C?
The equal or lesser level is the problem. I would go C. D.
D.
Flush.
I'd say A. Just,
A tier.
Action spam's a pretty strong strategy.
Yeah. Run a 1 or 2. Gem search.
S tier. Every deck runs 3 of these. But yeah, S tier. It's just like, it's good fixing.
It's just a gem of any color, basically. And is deck thinning.
Mm-hmm.
So good. So strong. S tier. Invert. It's not too good.
Yeah, for like your default.
What is this gonna do to you? It's gonna save
or like that,
save
like,
you 3
brass
damage.
guard or whatever deck. Like, I think even that deck probably doesn't want to play this.
Yeah.
C.
Quick switch. That's okay. I would go B tier.
Yeah.
Return.
If you're doing something with ETBs, it could be good. B or C.
I would go B. I think it has its uses.
Yeah.
Rotate. Blends that do this better.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna do much for you.
D.
D. Struggle stun. This is very strong.
Yeah, it's really easy to trigger the struggle things if you're just playing a little bit smart.
Yeah.
A?
And especially with signal corruptor and stuff like that.
A.
Struggle surge.
Now, this one, I will argue, is S tier for the first copy in your deck, and then B tier for the second and third. Because if you're playing things normally and stuff, just play the struggle surge before you play your gem for turn.
I would go A because we're playing the average.
But I feel like you just run the first one, and then you just don't.
Okay.
Run
Yeah.
S.
Just why wouldn't you run this? Run one of in almost every deck. Struggle switch.
An anchor trick staple.
But beyond that.
Gonna be honest though, like just free,
beyond that,
like,
still pretty good.
Yeah, it's free, just board interaction and stuff, and like easy to trigger. A. Yeah. A.
Swap. Luster Striker. That's it. C tier. It's like a big C. Switch.
I mean,
it'll do.
There are heroes that do it and stuff, but
I mean, this does it
B or
well.
C.
This does it well. I would go
B or
B
C.
tier. Like every other card that we've ranked so far.
Transfer. Say it with me, all of you live in the audience. Play your gems on the heroes you want them on.
Or play Leilani or something. Like, there's better ways to do this. Why are you using your actions?
Have some self-respect.
All right, that is all of the...
Arrow gem, F tier.
That is all of the... wait. That is all of the heroes, blends, and actions in the first base set of this game. Now, there's a couple more rankings we have for you, which is the 9 gem types. This is a dumb ranking.
Yep.
So if you've gotten what you need out of this video, please leave.
Like and subscribe.
Otherwise, we're gonna rank the gems for you in their own separate ranking.
Yeah.
We're not putting them in with the rest. Arrow gem.
I think this is the worst gem.
I think this is the worst gem actually because name one thing that uses arrow gem. You couldn't. Great. I would put this comparatively to all the other ones.
Yeah.
In D tier.
I think we're just ranked them from like worst to best. Then I think is Electro next worst?
I think Lucio is next worst.
No, but that's got like flurry shifter and stuff. It's got some cool things.
But you're basing that only off of the things that you play.
Okay.
There's not a lot of other Lucio cards that are strong.
You're right.
I think it goes so Arrowgum,
then
Lucio,
then Electro.
Then I want to say Pyro.
Yeah, I agree.
Pyro, it has some things, but it doesn't have other things.
Then I want to say Terra.
Then Terra, yeah, I think as well.
Then Cryo?
Yeah, then Cryo.
Then this is the tricky one, like Aqua, Capro, and Nocturna. Okay. Those are the big 3.
Nocturna is big on removal, which is strong in this game.
Yeah.
Capro, most of the good cards have Capro, and Aqua just has its own really strong synergy in and of itself. But I want to say Aqua it has its own like things, but outside of that, I actually find myself not using it too much.
Now the thing is, it has Glacier and Anchor and Flourish.
I think Aqua is next. You know, these three are all very strong, but I think it goes Aqua or Nocturno.
I think Capra is next.
Really?
Honestly.
But Capra has her Necromancer, and that's one of the really strong cards.
Yeah, I guess.
I think Capra is the best.
You know what? Sure.
Okay, so here's our ranking for the top
three. Do we think
three.
Aqua or Nocturna are better?
I think Nocturno is second best.
Yeah.
Okay, so our ranking for the top three are in
Right.
third place, Aqua Gem. In second place, Nocturna Gem. And in third place, Capro Gem, just because of her Necromancer.
Third place?
And in first place, Capro
It's
Gem.
been a long week.
But they're all Gems. They're all S tier in our book. Just more S tier than others.
And remember, have some respect. Don't play Mill.